Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build video in The Sims 4. I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far, and thank you so much for joining me here today for this very brief impromptu video that I just decided to whip up when I got home from work tonight. And the reason that I decided to do this is because The Sims as a franchise is turning 25 years old. I think it's is it next week? I believe it's next week. And since I've been a simmer since the very first Sims game came out in 2000, I believe it came out, I decided to recreate the Newbie house in The Sims 4. Now let's just talk about this for a second. So I'll pop a reference image on the screen for you. So this is the Newbie house from the original Sims game. I think you were able to play as the Sims through a tutorial style sort of situation in the original Sims game. I'm not entirely sure, but I have definitely played this household before, and I think most people who played the original Sims game have played the Newbie household, and know exactly who they are. And their house is renowned for being probably the most basic, iconic house from the original Sims game. And one of the reasons for this is the shape. The shape is so unbelievably simple, but then for me, as a standout thing, there's no living room in this house. And so I decided to recreate this, like, as in exact replica in The Sims 4. So there's no living room in this house, just as a disclaimer. I have uploaded this to the gallery, by the way, under my origin ID, which is RachelPedd, just in case you do want to download this and play in it for whatever reason. I simply built this because I was just feeling nostalgic tonight, and I wanted to kind of show my appreciation for the Sims franchise. And also there was another reason for this, which, if the rumors are true, I think we're all hoping they are at this point. The original Sims game and also The Sims 2 are going to be re-released for Windows 10 and Windows 11. I think in 2 days' time. Nothing has been officially announced via the Sims social media channels or anything like that, so I'm kind of skeptical at this point, but it's hard not to be excited. I'm going to be completely honest. As an original Sims girly, it's very hard not to be excited at this point. So in just a moment, we are going to be moving on to the interior of this house, because this is basically just the house. It is so unbelievably simple. There's a couple of things as well that I did change off camera, just as a disclaimer as well. So for example, I forgot to add the TV in the kitchen, so I ended up adding that off camera. I forgot to add the mirror in the bathroom, so I add that off camera as well. And then also, you see this footpath, how it leads off of the pavement from the side of the lot and then into the house. Yeah, that wasn't a thing in the original Sims game, so I ended up removing the tile that connects the lot to the exterior of the lot, just because I wanted it to be as accurate as possible. Speaking of things being as accurate as possible, it was very difficult for me to find items within The Sims 4 that were exactly the items that were in the original Sims game, so I did my best. I'm sure there's going to be some people that say, well, I would have used this item, I would have used that item, and that's absolutely fine. This is my interpretation of the Newbie house. I've no doubt that there's other people that would have been able to do a much better job than me. It's just that in this moment, while I was building it, the items that I found and the items that I used were the closest match that I could find, if that makes sense. So I think we just start out by picking out our wallpapers and also the flooring as well. There's an iconic blue carpet in the bedroom, and like this exact color, this deep core memory in my brain, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love this so much. So if you do want to see any more, perhaps like builds from either the original Sims game or even The Sims 2 built in The Sims 4, then please drop me some comments down below and I'll see what I can do. And then also, as I was saying, if the original Sims game and The Sims 2 are released, I did put a community poll up on my tab on YouTube, and I asked if you would all be interested in me starting new series on the channel. So one for the original Sims and then one also for The Sims 2 as well, but that would be more focused around gameplay rather than building, because I think it would be really nice to explore more of the gameplay features. Because I build so much in The Sims 4, I just think that would be a nice change of pace for me personally, and I think most people were voting, yep, I would absolutely be more than happy for you to start new series on the channel. So I already have The Sims 2. I was actually thinking of doing a rotational gameplay series on the channel for The Sims 2, so we'd perhaps start out with the Pleasant family and then we'd move on to the Goth family and we'd just do a rotational gameplay structure sort of like that. So let me know in the comments down below what you think, but this is where I start pulling out furniture, and it took me the longest time to try and just match everything as best as I could. And then, like I said at the beginning, the more I looked at the reference images that I was using, the more details I started picking out, and I was like, oh, there's certain items that I've missed there. And if you're not familiar as well, sorry, in the original Sims game, you don't have free camera rotation, you have 4 points in which your camera can sit. So I had to try and use as many reference images as I could find online to actually be able to achieve the look that we ended up having as the final project or the final piece or whatever you want to call it. And also I added the tragic clown because there is a tragic clown painting in the kitchen in the original house, and then there's also a wall phone, and because that's not a thing in The Sims 4 right now, I was like, oh no. But I know that the nostalgia event is meaning that the nostalgia event means that we're going to be having that added, which is really awesome, but I have no patience and I wasn't prepared to wait for that to be added to the game before I started on this little project. So I just thought I'd address the elephant in the room because of course there's no wall phone, sorry. And yeah, really plainly decorated this house is, and I tried to stick with exactly the colour schemes and the item placement and everything else. One thing that did really upset me is the table and chairs in the kitchen currently. In the original house, these chairs were the exact chairs that were used, but unfortunately they were in like a deep red burgundy colour, and I couldn't find the right chair, so I ended up using these ones from, I think they're from the debug menu in Eco Lifestyle, or the live edit menu in Eco Lifestyle. So the style of them is perfect, they're just not the right colour, unfortunately, which is a little bit of a shame. But that is pretty much it for this video. I told you it was going to be a quick one. So as I explained at the beginning, if you would like to download this house, it is available on my gallery ID, which is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, will be linked down in the description box just below. You can get them for free from SimFileShare. But thank you so much everyone for joining me here today for this very quick catch up and very quick video. I really hope you enjoyed it. You all take care, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.